Majority of the white people in America right now, their lineage was not here, especially in the South prior to the Civil War. Now, I'm not saying there were zero white people. We got to be very particular with y'all because y'all like to nitpick the smallest shit. But what I am saying is that the numbers were not in their favor. So how did they get their population up in America, you would say? So here, this source here, right? They call it the Colonization Circular, which was basically a guideline on Great Britain, the United Kingdom, saying, hey, this is where we are sending people out to. In all our different lands around the country, this is your roadmap on how to do it, how to become a citizen. If they got land there for you, the whole nine. They was going to America, obviously, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, and there was a couple other places. But these are the main places they were going. This was 1870. Okay. Now, remind you, we've been talking about Reconstruction. Reconstruction in the 1870s is when a shift started happening. You had a lot of black legislators. All of a sudden, they getting replaced with this new federalist, this new democratic agenda. All right. Once again, not telling you what side to be on, just talking about the facts. So now you got all these millions and millions of Europeans coming into America. All right. And they are promised land through these Homestead Acts as long as they meet a couple requirements. All right. Now, there were some black homesteaders, not many, but some of them went to the Great Plains. That's how you get black folks that was in Nebraska and things of that sort. A lot of them got roots from the South. All right. But that was one of your first migrations of black people leaving out of the South because, as we know, Jim Crow, XYZ all came. All real things, not disputing that. Here is what I am disputing, though. Because when you trace these records, you start to realize, like, damn, okay, if these white people wasn't here in big numbers like that prior to the Civil War, how could they have your ancestors enslaved? It don't make sense. That's what the record show. You got people out here that's trying to tell us that a family of 5 to 10 white people can have 500 slaves and keep them all contained. Bro, you can't do that to no humans. Like, maybe your ancestors was weak like that, but mine wasn't. And the documentation says that didn't exist. There's not large documentation of these type of plantations existed, where it's a family of 5, but it's hundreds of slaves owned by these folk, bro. We got to get past this narrative, but this is how we gonna do it. We gonna break it down with facts. So we gonna use Trump as an example. One of the most famous white people in America right now, right? I'm sure we can agree on that, whether you like him or not. His people did not get over here until like the 1880s. So his grandfather was the first of their family to come to America from Germany. He was born in Germany, immigrated over here to America. Okay. His granddaddy was able to benefit from this Homestead Act. Because of this Homestead Act, he went out west to Washington when it first formed. Was able to get his rep up, do his thing out there, live his American dream, and start building from his family. But notice that his people was not here prior to the Civil War. And when you start researching a lot of these famous white people, go ask some of your white friends and y'all do y'all genealogy together. You'll be surprised at what both of y'all find. Because we both been told this narrative. You got white people who are ignorant and think that they people own slaves and that they better than black people. Just like you got black people who believe they are slaves from Africa. We all been getting played. That's the thing. But when you start fact-checking these things yourself and not your McGraw-Hill textbook, y'all keep saying y'all not with the system, y'all don't trust the man, but you think they would give you the truth in the history book? Come on, bro.